Hi guys, and welcome to Live and Learn. If you're watching on YouTube, you definitely see Tiny in the frame right now. Tiny, say hi! Tiny, say hi! Okay, oh my god. Like, if you're only listening to audio though, that's like so fucking annoying. Hi guys, sorry for like the little interruption, but I had to come in here and like it felt so wrong just watching this podcast back and not even like discussing what's happening in Los Angeles right now. As you guys know, I moved from there like literally a month and a half ago. I love LA more than anything. To see what is happening with all the fires, I think is the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen. And it felt so wrong to do a podcast episode and like not come in here and say literally anything whatsoever. I genuinely have like no words for what is happening. Like, I'm completely devastated to watch what is happening. I feel so horrible for the families that have been impacted. I feel so horrible for the firefighters who are battling this. Like, I actually have so much gratitude for them, and I am just at a loss for words. Like, I genuinely don't know what to say. I think this is one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen unfold, and it genuinely is just a horrible thing to see happen, especially from afar, and especially like places that I used to love to go to and places that I was at all the time. It's really, really fucking heartbreaking to see this. I'm just wishing everyone is safe. Like, I think that's the only thing I can wish at this time. But I did want to come on and just be like, no, like, let me acknowledge what is happening in California. And it is completely heartbreaking. So if you're out there and you're dealing with it, my heart is with you. I'm so sorry. I wish I could like actively do something to help, which I'm going to get into the donation links in a second. But yeah, you guys, like, it would be so wrong of me to be like, oh, nope, here's Tiny's fucking pet psychic reading, where it's like, babe, the world is literally on fire and it's completely heartbreaking. And genuinely, I don't have words besides the fact that it's heartbreaking and devastating. And my heart is genuinely with everybody in LA right now, because even if you're being impacted by the fire directly, I'm so sorry. But even if just living there, you must be terrified. And I am so sorry. So I'm going to get into some links that you can donate to if you feel like you have anything to donate at all. If not, that's completely fine. I think just like being aware and like sending thoughts and prayers is also as helpful. But I shared both of these to my Instagram story. But the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation, they are working so fucking hard and doing all that they can to get these fires put out. And I can't even imagine the families of firefighters, and even like being a firefighter in a situation this extreme genuinely is heartbreaking. So really suggest donating to that foundation if you are able to. And then the next one that's very near and dear to my heart, but the Palisades Fire Canine Relief Fund, if you guys have anything to donate to the dogs out there that are getting misplaced, or any animals that are getting misplaced from their owners within the Palisades or genuinely anywhere. The Canine Rescue Club is accepting donations. I put both of those to my Instagram story. I think that's nothing but fitting. Any revenue that I make from this podcast episode will 1,000% be going to the Canine Relief Fund. And also, I will be donating. I already donated to both, but I will donate anything else to the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation as well. But I think with today's episode being about Tiny and I got him in LA and everything like that, anything that I make from this video will be donated to the Canine Rescue Club, because they are working overtime to saving the dogs out there who have been misplaced. And so are the firefighters, honestly. And it's genuinely heartbreaking to see. So, I'm going to move forward with the episode. If you are going through a hard time and you're dealing with this and you're stressed and you're overwhelmed, hopefully you can take your mind off of it for like maybe an hour or whatever the fuck, how long this episode is. And just know, like, I love every single one of you. I'm so sorry that you're dealing with this, but I hope I can bring a little bit of humor and a little bit of laughter to a very, very dark time. But I love everyone. To all my LA people, please stay safe, please. Before I tell you why Tiny is on the podcast episode today, I'm going to get into a little bit about what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. Like, before we dive into the actual topic of the podcast, I just want to talk my shit for 5.5 seconds. Number one, if you're watching on YouTube, and like, call me dramatic, whatever, if you're watching on YouTube, what the fuck color is my hair right now? Dead ass. Look what the fuck color is my hair? Because it's blonde, but it's also giving, the roots are just like so fucking dark. I got my hair done maybe a month ago, and it's like, okay, slay, my hair's growing in, like that shit's not damaged anymore, but what the actual fuck is happening with my hair? So I'm having like a mental breakdown about it. If I'm just being like so honest with everyone, like, yeah, I'm having like a little bit of mentee about my hair, and it's just like, I don't like the length. I'm not fucking with the color. And I was like really about to go brunette. I was like set on going brunette. I was like, I'm going brunette. And then I don't know why I like not pulled trig, didn't pull trig. I don't know. I just got like really nervous. But yeah, that's just like a little bit. The main thing that's been like stressing my life is like, what fucking color is my hair? I don't want to go brown and then like kill myself because I hate it. But I also am basically fucking brown and like the blonde isn't blonding anymore. Like, okay, I know. First world problems. Livy, you're giving influencer to-do list. Anyways, let's get into the real reason. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My little bit. The real reason of the episode is my little baby boy, Tiny. Oh my God. We are bringing on a pet psychic for Tiny today, but I'm going to get into that in a second. But I want to explain to everybody the background of Tiny. Tiny's my dog, obviously. Tiny's my baby boy, but I want to explain like just how I got Tiny, everything about him, because we've had a journey together. And I don't think I've ever like really sat down and been like, okay, this is exactly what the fuck happened. And so that's what we're going to do. But okay, basically, since I've been like living alone since I was 18 years old, except for like the first 2 years when I lived in New York, I lived with my roommate. I've always wanted a dog. Like it was something I always wanted. I always knew I wanted a little boy dog because I grew up with boy dogs, and I was like, I really want a dog. I've always wanted one. And then, but it always was like, okay, bitch, be for real. Like, when in Chicago, I was like, I'm not financially like stable enough to like have a full on animal and stuff. I know they're expensive. I know everything like that. So like, and you guys, he's literally just like laying on my lap right now. He's literally the sweetest boy. But, and then moving to California, it's like, okay, that kind of felt like the start of my life to me in a way, of my adult life for sure. And bitch, that was a journey in itself, motherfucker. Anyways, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a dog. And I was like so sad. I was like on Pet Finder, like looking for the dogs. And then I was like, I don't know. I just, you know what? No, I'm not like set on like getting a dog right now. I was really struggling financially, and I was like, I shouldn't be like struggling financially and then being like, where's my little dog? Like, I want a little dog. So, and I was just like, I just moved to a brand new city. I know, baby. You're like, what is mommy talking about? Anyways, I moved to a brand new city, and I was like, let me enjoy the city before like even think about getting a dog. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to put it in the universe. If I'm meant to have a dog, I'm going to like, the dog will find me. Like the dog will find me. I just like put it into the universe. I was like, whatever. Okay. So 6 months later, it's like 2 weeks before my birthday, I get a call from an old friend of mine. Hold on. Speaking of the damn dog, he's like moving all around. It's like tiny. Like mommy does have like an audio, a fucking podcast. What am I doing? I almost called it an audiobook, a podcast she's recording, but so 2 weeks, I get a call before my birthday. Just like keep this in mind. And I was like set to go to Tulum for my birthday. It was like a whole thing. Don't ask about my birthday. It was the most miserable day of my life. Anyways, I get a call from an old friend of mine. See, anyways, and she was like, Livy, like I found this little white dog. He was attached to a fence. My neighbors had to save him because he was like on the hill of where she lived, and it was like if they didn't save him and like take him in, he would have probably ended up passing because of just the fact that his collar was like attached to this fence, and like he was super anxious and like running around. It's like if he had ran off that hill, it would have just ended horribly, and like no one could have went down and like got him kind of thing. It's like a ditch, like a lower level, whatever. And they ended up saving him, and she gave me a call, and I was like, no, 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 no. Like, I don't want a dog. Like I was still kind of in the mentality, like, I don't want a dog. Like, I don't want a dog. She's like, okay, that's fine. She's like, he's at my neighbor's. Maybe you can come by and like meet him maybe. And I was like, no, because like, if I have a soul connection with a dog, like I'm going to have to take him. And she was like, okay, well, we're probably going to put him in a shelter then. And like, I don't know why, but like hearing that this little dog might be like going into a shelter just kind of like broke my heart, where I was like, oh, I don't know if I can let that happen. Like, and I was just, and I remember talking to like people at the time, like my friends, and I was like, so and so found this dog, and they were like, Livy, come on, like that's such a huge responsibility, like da da da. And I was like, but I've always wanted one. Like I have always wanted one. And I was like, I did tell the universe, hey, if a dog is meant for me, he will find me. So the next day, I remember calling my mom, and I'm still like, I'm a 25-year-old grown ass bitch. The woman doesn't do anything for me, but I like still called her, and I was like kind of like seeking permission from her a little bit. I was like, what do you think about this like dog situation? She was like, I don't think you can let him go to a shelter. And I was like, you're right. Mind you, we had like took him everywhere no one was claiming him. It was like a while. No one was claiming him. They were like, just put him in the shelter and like, you know, is what it is. And I was like, I just like, he had no microchip, he had nothing. And I was like, I just don't think I can. So I went to my friend's house at the time, and I was driving there, and I was like, if I take this dog, I'm gonna name him Tiny. I just liked the name. I was like, I don't know, something in my head. I was like, I'm gonna name the dog Tiny. Like I like the name Tiny, and like that's that. And mommy's telling the story of how she got you. It makes me cry every single time. I swear to God, like I literally, he is my light. Like he is the light of my life. So like, stop, because I actually will cry. If there's one way to make me cry, it's like, bitch, you made this episode. Like, you're deciding to do this. Like, you're deciding to talk about Tiny, and like, I'm crying. Anyways, and I met him. I've never seen a dog because I'm just used to like very like, I've never dealt with like a rescue dog. I've never dealt with a stray. I've never dealt with anything like that. Go ahead, baby. You can go if you don't want to be here. I love that it gives me the limelight to myself. No. And I like met him, and I was like, oh, he's such like a shy little boy. Like he's such like a scared, shy little boy. He had cuts all over his face. You could tell that he had came from like a very bad, whatever situation he was in, you could tell it was a very horrible situation just by the anxiety the dog had, and the way that he was like nervous, and the way that Tiny would just like walk around like scared and everything like that. And I was like, okay, he's clearly not lived a good life. And I was like, I'm able to give him a good life. Like I know I would be the best mom to him, because like I've always loved animals so fucking much. Like I just love animals, and like I like them more than humans. Like I swear to God, like I would be fine with like a million dogs and like no humans. Just because I think they're so loving, and I think that they don't even get like a voice to speak up for themselves. So it's just like, you know, like someone has to like step in and do that for them. No, it gets so emotional. It gets so emotional. And so Tiny and I met, and I just from like the second I met him, I was like, yeah, he's mine. Like he's coming home with me. Like that's my baby. And I would love to be like, and it was sunshine and rainbows after that. It wasn't whatsoever. I mean, just him and I being together was sunshine and rainbows, but like Tiny had a lot. Like when I first took Tiny to the vet, he had a double ear infection. He had fleas. Like I said, he had cuts everywhere. He had a horrible skin condition. Like he wasn't growing any fur on his back, and it almost looked like it was like patchy, and like it was actually very, very sad. And he was just very skittish. He had a lot of anxiety, and he just like slept all day. That was like the one thing I just remember. Like he was like sleeping nonstop, and I was telling the vet that I was like, is that normal that he's sleeping so much? She was like, he clearly came from trauma, like a traumatic past. Like he's probably just finally feels calm enough to like rest. So like let him rest. But like Tiny didn't bark. Tiny didn't play with other dogs. Tiny didn't play fetch. Tiny didn't do anything. I was like, oh, I got me the calmest little boy in the entire world. Bitch. Little did I know that like rescue dogs just need like a little bit longer to like adjust, because they've just like been through so much. And then like once they feel safe, like their personality can come out. Because like Tiny barks now. Tiny loves to play fucking fetch. Tiny, he doesn't, he likes to bark at other dogs, but we're getting better on the socialization of it all. Like he's like so much better on the socialization. Like I'm so fucking proud of him. And just like everything like that, where I'm so proud of the progress that he's made. But like we dealt with severe separation anxiety, because as soon as he knew that I was his mother, like he did not want to let me go. And like, did he destroy my California apartment a little bit? Yes. And then we tried crate training. I think he has trauma around like crates and everything like that, because that just didn't go great. He almost did better without the crate. And then it was just like, honestly, like every little thing that you could do to do like crate training, or not even crate training, like separation anxiety training, of just like, okay, I leave for like a minute, then I leave for 2 minutes, then I leave for 3 minutes, and then I like come back. And like, you know, it was hard too, because like when I first got him, I was like, oh my God, I just like feel like I can't leave him alone. Like I also am like an anxious person. So I was like, oh my God, it's just like the two bitches with an anxiety, like me and fucking Tiny. Like I was bringing him everywhere with me, to the point where I was like, okay, I can't live a life like this, because like I can't bring Tiny to fucking hot yoga. And I just remember like I was sobbing going to charge my car, because I was like, I just can't leave him alone. And it was really hard for me to like leave him alone. I don't know. I sympathize so much with his past, where I was like, I just don't want him to ever in his life feel like that I'm not coming home, or like I'm never going to be here again, or that he has to have fear anymore, or that he has to have any anxiety, or like anything like that. Like I want him to know that he doesn't have that life anymore, and it's okay that he's safe and he's okay. So the girls went through it with the separation anxiety. I would say we both had it on like each end. Like not only did he have it, I was like, bitch, fuck, I got the separation anxiety too. And then we dealt with leash reactivity, where as soon as Tiny was getting like a little bit more comfortable and confident, which is like what I worked so hard on, is like making Tiny comfortable and confident, because like he had no confidence before. Like not me like making the dog confident, like what I like to do with like you guys, where I'm like, everyone needs to feel like a bad fucking bitch. I'm like, and so does my dog. But that was a very big thing. Like he didn't have sense of self, obviously, because he was a stray dog from the fucking streets who came from an abusive home. So we had to build that up, and it was like literally day by day with him. And like now I post a lot about it on Instagram. You guys are probably sick of it, but I'm like, he's a completely different dog. Like he is just like the best fucking dog I've ever had in my entire life. Like to know Tiny is to like love Tiny. Everyone who meets Tiny is absolutely obsessed with him. And like, but we went through a lot too when he was like meeting new people. He was really only comfortable with me. He was like barking at a bunch. Like I remember when my mom visited for the first time, he barked at her probably for like the first 30 minutes, and he was just scared and just like hiding down kind of thing. And now when people come in, he's like so happy, and he's jumping on everybody, and he's giving like so many kisses. So it's amazing to see the growth that he has had, and I'm just so proud of him. And I will be honest about this, because moving to New York, I felt like was a very big move for not only me, but for Tiny too. I was moving him 6 hours away from like a life that he was originally from. Like I'm putting the fucker in the snow. He's a California dog, like all these things. I wanted him to feel the most comfortable, and I had been in talks with the vet for a while about Prozac, putting Tiny on Prozac, and I was like against it, because I was like, no, like I don't want to have to put my dog on medication. Like I didn't want to have to do that. But Tiny's now on Prozac, and I actually think it's like the best thing ever. Like he is so independent now. It was like we did a lot together, of a lot of growth and training and everything like that, from when like I first got him to like when now, but before the Prozac or anything like that. And he was so much better. But I was like, I don't want him to stress anymore, because I'm gone more in New York. Like I'm gone a lot more than I was in California. I was like, I don't want him to be like stressed that like I'm not home or anything like that. So he's like so much more calm not when I'm gone. Like honestly, even when I'm like home, like he used to have to be on top of me 24/7. And now he's like, some days he'll like be on the couch, and I'm like, where's my baby? Where's my little Velcro dog? But he still is that Velcro dog at heart. But yeah, like Tiny's the light of my life. Like Tiny is my entire world. It really did just show me how much like love can change an animal, and just like how much love changes people and animals, anything in general. Like as much as I feel like I changed Tiny's life, is as much as he changed my life. I know this is like so deep, and you're like, Livy, this is a dog, but like when you have your soul dog, you know. And also like I'm 20 fucking 5. Like I'm not supposed to say I live alone, but I do live alone. Like, he's my son. Like, you can't tell me I didn't push him out of my fucking vagina. And he's spoiled beyond belief. Like, he does feel like a son to me. You know what I mean? Like, just in the sense of, like, I'm 25. I'm single. I live alone. Like, my main focus is, like, getting my work done and everything like that. And then, like, Tiny. Like, Tiny's the biggest thing in my life. Like, he's my baby. Like, he's literally every single fucking thing to me. And he just brings so much love in my life, and, like, so much fucking joy and happiness. And this is where we get into the psychic reading I'm doing for Tiny. You just saw me do a psychic reading for myself. Now we're going to do a psychic reading for Tiny. And what I want to do with this episode is I'm going to go and have my psychic reading with Tiny. I'm going to record it, but the main focus of this podcast episode is not like what me and the pet psychic are talking about. I'm bringing on Sissy, my pessimistic ass bitch sister, for the second half of the podcast episode. And I'm going to tell her everything the pet psychic told me, because if there's one person in Tiny's life who's like a constant, it's his auntie Sissy. But also Sissy is just like we are so fucking opposite. Where like, and I feel like a lot of the viewers watching this, you guys are gonna be like either on my side, you're gonna be like the Sissies, or you're gonna be like the Livies, where like the Sissies are like, this fucking crazy bitch is getting a pet psychic reading. Like, you're fucking nuts. Like, you're fucking crazy. All these things, right? Whereas, like, the Livies watching this are like, yes, like, get him that pet psychic reading, girl. Like, do the damn thing. And, like, yes, everything she says is 1,000% true. All these things. I'm, like, so excited for this fucking psychic reading with me and Tiny. And, but then we're going to get Sissy's like reaction of like Sissy and I just like discussing this pet psychic reading. And I just like genuinely think that'll just be funny, because it's just, we are two completely different people. And we're also just like, what is this random number I got a text from? Hold on. I never check my text during the pod. I don't know that number. Anyways, me thinking it was like one of my whores. It's not. Anyways, so I'm gonna go. We're gonna have this pet psychic, and we're gonna chit chat with the pet psychic, and then I'll be back with Sissy. Hi guys, and
we're starting.
Sissy,
Hi.
I'm literally doing the intro. Are you actually stupid? I'm not gonna do this. Like I'm gonna get pissed. Hi guys, and welcome back to Live and Learn with Livy. I'm your host Livy with my guest Sissy.
Okay. Can you show them what I'm sitting on?
If the audio is like a little bit fucked up, I just like know that I do this shit on my own. Like I literally do this shit on my own, so it's like
whatever. How's your day? It was good. Show them what I'm sitting on.
No, Sissy's sitting on a bench.
For the way she treats guests, one, she's rude. Two, show them the bench.
Sissy, you're on a bench.
It's not just a bench.
I can't show them the bench because then it's gonna.
You need to insert a clip then of what the fuck this thing looks like. This, she didn't even give me the chair.
Wait, if you guys
for a guest
don't know, if you guys don't know who Sissy is, Sissy is my sister. She's 1 year older than me. That's literally like you didn't have anything to say to that.
Oh, I don't know. You yelled at me last time I spoke.
Out of frame. I feel like you need to come
Well, I'm sorry, but
the bench. You need
the bench. I wish you had another chair like this.
But okay, so in the intro, Sissy, I told them that you're
cold in here.
Anyways, in the intro, it's so professional. I love it here.
There's Bubba.
In the intro,
He's sleeping.
In the intro, I told them you're very pessimistic. Like
I'm not pessimistic. It's just with psychics, very skeptical. Mediums, like it depends on who the person is. But for a psychic, like, come on, did you tell them about the one psychic who told you not to work for a year?
Okay, don't even like talk. And by the way, she was right. Everything that she wasn't right on her timeline, but she was right. Like everything she did say to me, like did come true. But
I really hope I don't look fat in the frame.
No, honestly, God, I look actually like
I can't tell.
I don't know, me either. I look huge, and I could give a fuck. Anyways, so if they know that I did cite, oh my God, am I okay? Literally just
you're talking really fast.
I know. I normally do. I know. Don't like. To be honest, I don't like love the guest vibe. But it's completely
You invited
fine.
me.
I know, right? I like begged her to be on this.
Yeah, I didn't ask.
No, I know. But so I did tiny psychic reading. Okay, I was gonna try like so hard to be like, nah, this bitch ate. Like this girl ate.
Did she?
No, I might have got scammed. And like, like, do you know? Like, I told
one thing about you.
I'm gonna get scammed.
You're gonna get scammed.
I'm gonna get scammed
every time.
Every time they're gonna.
Her and Tim, they love to get scammed.
We get scammed a lot.
One thing about you two,
getting scammed immediately. Okay, but I took notes on the psychic. I literally listened to it back today, and it's like it could be like 50-50. Like she either scammed the absolute fuck out of me. Like I will say, while I was in the reading, I was like, I'm smiling. I'm like, I'm getting scammed. Like this bitch.
Where
is,
did you find her?
And like I just like thought like
she's world renowned. Okay,
she's a world renowned pet psychic. Okay, first things first.
But wait, how old is she? Is she older or younger?
She like has to be around your age, so she's pretty old. No, I'm kidding.
27.
We're 2 years apart. But like, yeah, she's around your age. So I'm like, Does
she read pets or?
No, that's her thing is that she's a pet
just
psychic.
pets.
But it was like, there was just moments in it where I was like, I think I'm like actively getting scammed. And I'll show you the moments in it where I was like, I'm actively getting scammed. Okay, first things first that I got from Tiny's psychic notes. Number 1, he has a pain in his chest and he needs acupuncture.
That's not being psychic.
No, she was like, okay, Tiny, we're going to address...
But like...
Wait, move that knee, by the way. She was like, okay, we're going to address like any like needs that you have, like any health needs. Number 1 was that he had a pain in his chest right here. She goes, if you press on it, he'll probably yelp. Mind you, I'm pressing on that motherfucker like, there's no yelp in sight. No yelp. And that he needs acupuncture. Because there's just a lot of stress built up right there, and he needs.
Did she say why? Like history? Because that's what I get from a psychic, like his past life.
Okay, I'll tell you right now. This is the number 1 reason I thought it was a scam. I was like, "Can you ask him about his past for me?" And she was like, "Yeah, his past was fine." And I was like,
"How much did you spend?"
$90.
You're so fucking stupid. Stupid.
No, and like that's like the moment I knew. The moment she said that is the moment I knew. I was like, oh no, like I'm getting scammed. Like I'm actually getting. I found the dog on the fucking side of the road. How did he tell me?
Good.
It was good. He lived a good past life. But like we'll deep dive more into his past, like of what it was like. But just these notes, just like they keep getting like more crazier and crazier. So, like some of the things I could see, but like some of them I'm like, no, that's just not my dog. Oh, he also has back right shoulder pain. And that's coming from his collar.
Is he okay?
He's perfectly fine is the issue. Like,
Did you touch it?
I touched it and he's fine.
Because he's never yelped
He's never yelped in his life. And then she made me like go in and like start rubbing his chest area where the pain was.
On video?
Yeah, we did do that together.
Dude, this is fucking
mind you,
weird.
like her background was like a galaxy. Like it was like this.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like her Zoom background, and she was like,
oh,
she like couldn't, and I
oh.
like hate talking shit about like a psychic because you guys like know I literally love a fucking psychic. Like
I don't feel like that's weird. Background as a galaxy.
but she also was just like.
I thought you meant like that
late.
was like her degree.
No,
like,
no.
her degree.
Oh, I didn't even look if she had like a degree or anything.
I don't think like for
she
psychics
had a viral
you do.
video, and I was like, oh my god,
You're like,
this
this
is
is it.
But like for instance, like comparing it to like my psychic reading, like it was just so. Are you gonna stare at the screen the whole time?
I'm just wanting to make sure I don't look fat.
Okay, you don't look fat. I would actually tell you if you look fat. If anything, like you look really good. Okay. Tiny wants to be referred to as Mr. Tiny.
Let me please. I can't. Please tell me you're kidding. Was great.
No, grave. She was.
Are
like,
you being serious?
No, I'm being dead ass serious. This is
Mr. Tiny.
Mr. Tiny. He'd like to be referred to as Mr. Tiny. It feels so.
You actually. I wish you would have shown me the. Like, are you being serious?
No, I'm being so dead ass. I literally, Sissy, every single thing I'm telling you is beyond the truth. Grave. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Mr. Tiny.
Mr. Tiny. She said he likes that a little bit more. And she was like getting messages directly from him, she was saying.
Yeah.
So she was like basically communicating through Tiny as if he's like a person. The next one was he likes to jump. He wants us to jump more. He wants us to play more games and he wants us to jump more. Just like jump.
How is this a psychic reading?
Just like, what do you mean?
Like, I don't understand. Like, what I gather from a psychic reading is like either telling you like about your future and what's gonna happen and like the life events and or who you were in like a past life as well.
So
this is giving like
no, it's giving like she's my animal communicator. You're actually so right on that.
Okay, so we jump.
So he likes to jump more, which I've been jumping with him.
Okay.
This next one, I actually think you're gonna pass away. He wants me to read him a sci-fi book.
Sorry.
He wants no. See, he wants me.
Do you even know what a sci-fi book is? No, you don't.
Sissy, no, like actually, you're gonna be gagged. She said that he wants me to read him a children's sci-fi book. That Tiny wants me to read him a sci-fi book.
How did you stay serious during this call? Like, what do you mean?
Wait, and I listened to it back. I was so fucking nice to her. I was like, oh my God.
I know you were like, yes. Like, yes.
You actually even heard the way I was like, oh, of course. Like,
It was sci-fi book is crazy.
No, it only gets worse. And actually, like, we're like, not even into any of the parts where I'm like, this is so weird. Oh, do you want to know why he wants me to read him a sci-fi books?
No.
Because he's an adventurer.
This dog is an adventurer.
He's an adventurer. Like, he likes to adventure. No, I actually...
Livy, this is... I'm going to have an open mind, but this is fucking weird.
No,
already.
I will admit it.
No, actually, no. I'm not going to have an open mind. Closed, because this is so weird.
Even the things like I heard in my psychic reading, it was like, okay, like...
Wait, did she read you too?
No.
Oh.
But like, this is like, I'm comparing it to my psychic reading because I'm like, okay, when I did my psychic reading, I was like, everything she said, it felt good too. And like, this didn't, as soon as she looked at me and was like, yeah, no, his past was fine. I was like,
Here we go.
I just lost my money.
Here we go. You're fuck.
Oh, since he's an adventurer, he wants to explore more. He wants to go on more hikes.
Does she know we're in Manhattan?
We live in New York City. We live in... Where the fuck am I going to hike with the dog?
I mean, there's the hill, like, on the uptown, like, it goes, like, a little bit hilly, but, like,
Where?
that's... Like, if I'm walking, like, home, I don't want to say, like, where we are, but, you know...
You think that's a hill?
That's as good as it's gonna get here. It's as good as it's gonna fucking get.
On your blog? Like, no, he walks that every day. No, and it literally does just get even worse.
But, like, he is not an adventurous
no,
dog.
he likes to sniff around a lot.
He sleeps.
He does love to sleep.
Even when he's on walks, so he sniffs things, but, like, that's
it. He's not like it. He's curious, but I would never be like, he's an adventurer. Like, I don't even know what she means by he's an adventurer.
Did you ask?
No, like, no.
Well, okay.
Next. So that might have been my fault. Okay. He wants to go to the dog parks, specifically with big dogs. Okay, one thing you guys should know is, like, Tiny doesn't like other dogs.
He not one.
Not one to like.
He made one friend recently, but
it was a stretch, and he licked that dog's penis most of the time. Like, it wasn't even. No, I know. It wasn't even like he was enjoying hanging out with the dog. And like the last thing Tiny likes is like a big dog.
Yeah.
But apparently in the reading, she said, she kept going. He goes,
Have you taken him yet?
I'm waiting for you. What do you mean? Why would
I don't want to be there.
No,
he gives me anxiety, like, because when he walks, like, he's so good and peaceful, like, when he's in here, but, like, when he sees another dog, like,
forget it.
Like, he goes fucking crazy.
Or he won't react at all, but most of the time, he's going pretty fucking nuts. So,
like, it's not even just, like, walk past and, like, a little, he's like, like, he's going crazy.
Yeah, he's a leash reactive dog. Like, it's a thing for him. Anyways, so I was like, okay, like, okay. And I told her, I was like, no, tell him I'm only taking him with the small dogs. And he was like, he told her to tell me that he can.
Is she like, saying this?
Yeah, she's like, he said he can handle his own. I'm sitting there like, you want me to bring my fucking reactive dog to a dog park? And I'm like, whatever. And then she kept asking me, like, do you want more walks? He's like, no. Like,
is he doing anything in this video? Like,
he's just laying on my arms.
Okay.
It's not like they're that'd be even, I feel like weirder if she was like,
I don't know. I'm trying to like,
him.
I guess I'll see when the episode comes out, but.
Well, no, I don't even think I'm going to include it because I'm like talking shit about her. Yeah, I was going to include the psychic reading, but I'm like, I came on here and bashed the absolute fuck out of her. Like, I don't want to include it.
I feel bad if she sees this.
I know, I'm like not sending it to her.
Well,
girl, I just like don't think you were honest, and that's fine. Get your bag, like get your bag. But like, I don't know. I just don't think it was 1,000% honest. Like, there's some parts of this.
I mean, this
like,
isn't giving psychic reading. It's just giving like
communication with my dog.
I don't even know if it's giving that.
Anyways, so he likes the prototype of an astronaut.
Wait, what?
Sissy, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Did you ask her why? What do you mean a prototype?
What is a prototype?
Oh, he wants to go to space.
No, we get into space. Don't worry.
Oh.
But what does a prototype mean? Like, what is the definition of a prototype? Should I ask Siri?
Yeah, because I don't know what the fuck that means. A prototype
What is a prototype?
No, I know what a prototype is, but a prototype of what?
An astronaut.
Like he essentially
early sample model or release of a
that
doesn't make any sense.
Like
she word for word said
like he basically that he wants like I don't know like a prototype of an astronaut doesn't make sense, but like cosplay an astronaut is what I'm getting from this.
Or that he wants to go to space, Sissy. The dog wants to go to fucking space is what I'm getting.
Maybe he was like a scientist in his past life. This is what I'm getting.
Tiny, do you like space? Could give a single fuck.
Doesn't care.
Anyways,
Jupiter.
Oh, he parked up when he heard
Maybe
Jupiter.
he's been at Jupiter.
She said that he wants me to play YouTube astronaut movies for him.
You have to be fucking lying. No, you have to be lying. I want to see the clips because I don't believe you.
No. If my second phone was charged, I would show you. She literally said,
"Why is he so fixated on
the dog wants to go to space." Do you know like how pissed off I was in this meeting that she's like, he wants to go to space? And I'm like,
well, girl, he is not like that's not even realistic.
Like, but also, like, what does that mean? That he likes the prototype of an astronaut? Like, I don't even know.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, genuinely, it doesn't make any sense.
But she was that word for word said he.
I love her confidence.
No, she ate with that confidence, and I was like, oh, I love it. Like the fact that I had to even wait for you to get here to ask you what a prototype is.
And a sci-fi book. Like, I knew you didn't know what the fuck that meant when you were talking to her.
What the fuck is she talking about? Okay. He considers himself happy-go-lucky.
I wouldn't even like. He's a happy dog, but like I wouldn't consider him like a golden doodle happy.
No, I don't understand what happy-go-lucky means.
Like happy-go-lucky attitude.
Well, this is when I asked her about his past. I was like, so like, can you ask him about his past? And she was like, well, he sees himself as very happy-go-lucky.
Like, so he was happy in his past life?
I don't know. And by past life, I literally...
Then what did he do to deserve to be left on the street?
Wait, by the way, I literally said, I was like, just his life before me. Okay. So then she goes, no trauma from his past. Once again, I found the dog on the street.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way there was no trauma whatsoever. And like, he had a horrible skin condition and he had like a double ear infection. Like the dog was fucked the fuck up. So I'm like, this was the exact moment where I was like, this bitch is lying to me. Like there's
not anything before. No, not the sci-fi. The sci-fi book would have got me. I would have been like, all right, we gotta cut it. We gotta end it here.
No, because I'm sitting at her like, you just charged my card $90. Like
I would have been like, fraud.
No,
fraud. I guess like $90. It's just like $90 for that.
It was 20 minutes, mind you. And
it was.
She was like rushing it.
I like don't feel bad for you, to be honest.
I got actually scammed. No, it's like making me sick to see like this and the laundry on top of it this week. Like
you have to blame yourself because this shit only happens to you and him. Sorry, Tim, but just
I
doing Tim.
cannot take accountability for this because, I mean, like, I guess I really didn't do that much research into pet psychics. I mean, but everyone says, like, their pet psychics are, like, kind of weird. Like, your animals are unique. I don't know. But as soon as she was like, there's no... But then this is where it gets even weirder is because later on you're going to see that she doubles back and is like, oh, wait, actually, he did have trauma in his past life. And she did a whole healing exercise on him. We'll get into that.
But what was the trauma then?
I'm going to tell you in a second. He doesn't like his food. He said it's...
The food that you, like...
The $300 a month food I give the fucking dog, yes. He thinks it's too mushy. He's a very private person.
Okay. I could see that.
Tiny's a very private person.
I could see how he's a private person.
Yeah, he's a private person. When I asked, like, she asked him, like, oh, I was like, why does he mark in my house? Because he peed out my rug the other day. Mm-hmm. And she asked him, she was like, did you know you were marking? Like, do you know what marking means? He said, he, yeah. Sissy, I like... No, she literally, like, we could listen to it back. She goes, yeah. Imagine how pissed off I was. I said, my brand new rug, Tiny.
I want to know how many clients she has.
Like, I don't know. She was like, I booked her on Sunday. We got in Monday. So, like, it's not even...
Oh, she's not booked and busy.
She's not in high demand. And I feel fucking bad. But
no,
like,
I feel really bad, but, like, teehee.
Like, I think she scammed me. And she was, like, communicating as him. Okay. So then, we're not done. We're literally not even done yet. She said that he wasn't sure that I actually went to the gym.
Wait, what?
Do you know how insulting that is, by the way?
What? Wait, what?
She said, she goes, I was like, can you tell him I went to the gym and, like, I'm not going to abandon him? Because she was like, he peed out of fear of abandonment, da-da-da. I was like...
That's, like, not psychic, though. That's just fucking fact.
Okay, anyways. I go, can you tell him that I was at the gym? And she goes, yeah, he's not sure about that. I said, not my own dog calling me fat as fuck.
She said, fatty who?
She said, yeah, who? He's not really sure about that. I was like, okay, what? I said, that's so rude.
Oh, he thinks you're a fat pup.
He thinks I'm a fucking whale.
He thinks mommy's fat.
He thinks mommy's a whale. Okay, you know what I did ask? I was like, can you please ask him about... Tiny had a moment where he did bite somebody, okay? So I asked about the bite, right?
Yeah.
I go, why did he bite? And he was, like, refusing to talk about it for a second there.
What?
Yeah, Tiny was like, what?
What do you... I just... This is so stupid.
No, like, I've actually, like... No, like, me launching this podcast being like, I'm bringing experts on their field. I guess I didn't do my research. So he didn't want to talk about the bite of why he did it. And then he eventually fessed up and said she had it coming.
Are you going to include that?
Yes. Why should I not include that?
I don't know. I don't think anybody deserves to get bit.
I do think she deserved it.
I don't think so, but...
Anyways. Okay. This is where we get into his past. He needs healing from his past, and he feels as if he failed his first family. That, like, makes me so sad. No, I know.
Failed his first family.
She goes, okay, I'm going to go in right now. She goes, okay, she, like, looked at me. She's like, you need to take this very seriously. Like, you need to give him, like, so many affirmations. You need to, like, tell him every day he's a good dog for eating. He's a good dog for drinking. He's a good dog for walking. And she was like, I'm going to go. She looks at me and goes, I'm going to go in right now, and I'm going to give him a hug from his mother. Like, a hug from his mother. Like, his birth mom. And she on camera looked at me and went... and went in and hugged Tiny and helped heal his wounds.
Libby, I don't believe you. We're stopping until you show me. Because there's no way.
Dead ass, right?
Yes.
I will stop the cameras and I will show you. No. Fuck you for death.
So we looked, and unfortunately, my sister's fucking stupid because what I just watched was Livy is sitting, like, on the camera, like... I actually can't.
Disgusted.
And this girl, she has confidence, though.
No, like, she was like, she literally, no, you think I'm kidding. Like, that's the thing is, it's like the most absurd things were said.
I feel like you have to post, like, because, like, I feel like nobody's going to believe this. I feel like you have to post, maybe, can you just do audio from her? And, like, maybe just, like, a little snippet.
But, like, her voice is so recognizable.
Livy, nobody's looking for dog psychics, maybe besides you. Like, I don't know anybody else that is looking for a dog psychic.
No, but like I feel so.
But like I would say, like I would never want to expose her. But I mean, not even expose because she does this. Like, but also,
like, what if
she
she-
also is scamming people
Like, do you really think I got scammed? Like that. The thing is, I actually do. Obviously, like
with my whole chest. Not just scammed. Like, babe, she took advantage of you.
No, like she literally took advantage of me because here's my thing. It's like I say this in every psychic reading that I personally have. I can. Oh wait, hold on a second. How to restart it? I can tell they're gonna see you the entire time checking yourself out in the fucking
Good.
thing. Good, and what a beauty. Anyways, but I can tell when like a psychic reading is so accurate. Like I'll know. And the moment she looked at me and was like, "Yeah, like he had a perfect past," I was like,
She's like asking Tiny, like, do you want to tell me why you bit her? No. Okay.
like she's talking to Tiny. Tiny's obviously not responding, but she's talking to Tiny.
Okay.
Okay, we're not done. He doesn't want other dogs near him because he thinks other dogs are nosy. No, like it's actually getting more progressively and more.
But
and
like,
more.
it's just like also she's very contradicting in what she says.
Yeah, like none
she,
of it made fucking
She
sense.
says one thing, like he's an adventurer, but he likes to keep to himself, and then he wants to play with big dogs, but they're fucking nosy. What the? Just pick one and stick to it.
No, I was having like a dead ass conversation about my pet psychic right here, and like this is the episode I bring Sissy on for. Okay, I did write down weird parts. I did write down in the beginning. She grounded us for about like 10 minutes, like not even 10, like probably like 2
What do
minutes.
you mean, like
she was like,
grounded?
"All right, it's time to ground," and she goes,
Is that like psychic term? I don't know what that means.
like you know we have to be like grounded."
Okay, is it like meditation?
Like kind of, yes, but it was just like weird. She was like, "I'm gonna ground," and then was silent for like 2 minutes. Whereas like my one psychic is like, "Okay, I'm gonna like get in touch," and then it's like, "All right, let's get going." Where she was like, "I'm gonna ground."
Okay.
So imagine how I felt. Anyways, I felt like she rushed me. I did feel very rushed.
That's like very short.
do you know what I mean?
Did she say like how much time would be
Like-
allotted for like this or like what?
It said it
is?
online. It said it online
Did
like
it
30
say-
minutes, but like within
20. Like if you're paying $90 for 30 minutes, like you better take me to 30 minutes.
we didn't even make it to 30 minutes.
No.
No, I actually got scammed. She went in and gave him validation. Like I actually should like pull up the
Huh?
part where she went in and gave him where she went in and was like, "Okay, I'm gonna wrap my arms around him."
Where's she located?
I think she's in New York.
Oh fuck.
No, I know. I honestly like this just like really pissed me off because like I was.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's like all my notes. But like I was like dead ass excited for
You were very excited.
Tiny psychic reading, and like you know what? Like I think he might want to be like a prototype of an. What does that mean? What does
No,
it
prototype
mean?
of an astronaut is
I got scammed.
yeah, big time.
I texted Sarah and Erica right after, and I go, I think I like actually just got scammed, and they were like, why? And I was like, well, she told me he wants to be like an astronaut. She told me my 10-pound dog wants to go to fucking space.
I know what he's gonna be next year for Halloween.
He's gonna be an astronaut.
Astronaut.
No, and I just like I'm really emotional about this.
Okay, well you don't need to be emotional.
No, Sissy, like actually imagine though, like I literally went through this you're gonna watch this episode. Mind you, the beginning of this episode, I tell the story of Tiny. It's like a 15-minute story of like how I got him, how we went through so much together. And I was like, I can't wait for his I was so hopeful. And like to get fucking scammed by the woman.
But like you had to like think somewhat in the back of your mind, like, okay, this might be a scam.
Never.
Okay, well this is why shit happens to you. But also, why didn't you do any research?
I mean, she had a viral video on TikTok. I felt like that was enough fucking research. And like everyone else was like, I love pet psychics. Like it helps me communicate with my animals so much. Like I love them. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to eat. Like this is going to be too good. Okay. So that's it for the pet psychic episode. Do you have anything you want to talk to the podcast about? Should we just like talk?
What time is it?
7:25.
Oh, it's early. Should we play a game?
What game do you want to play?
Oh, no, I meant...
Like Among Us?
Yeah.
Wait, mind you, I had...
Did you tell them about that?
Wait, I my YouTube video that's going out like the day before this one, my editor, he sent it back. He's so fucking good. I like him a lot. My little guy.
Is he hot?
What do you mean?
Oh, is he not here?
He's in Romania.
Is he hot?
No. But he gets...
Romanian men are hot. Well, some of them.
Why do you know that?
Because isn't
Who?
what's his name? Actually, he's not even that cute. From Selling Sunset.
Jason?
Why would Jason be Romanian? And I would never think Jason's he's literally the length of my toe.
What is his name?
He's like, actually, I take it back. He's not like
Mary's
hot.
husband.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like very attractive. What the fuck?
Isn't he
his
Romanian?
name? Yeah, what's his name?
I don't know. But I don't know if he's Romanian.
I like mentioned it in like the little vlog thing that I have going up, and he like added in the Among Us characters, and I was like, oh, he plays. Like he plays.
What's his username?
What's your username? He's probably someone that we're calling a bitch on there. Okay, you guys, that's it for this week's episode of Live and Learn. I'll bring Sissy on for like something more intense. In the
if I'm
future.
coming on again.
Sissy, I feel like a failure. Like, no, deadass, I feel like a failure.
For
like,
what?
Like,
for the psychic?
Yes. Like this.
We weren't talking about that. I was talking about the bench I'm sitting on.
Oh, okay. But like, can I talk real quick? Like, I just like feel like a failure because of the simple fact it's like it's like such a pride and joy. Live and Learn is like I'm bringing experts in their field on.
You should reevaluate and do a little bit more research.
No, I think I should rebrand this podcast once again.
Okay, you don't need to like go full
no,
180.
That's how the fuck I feel. Imagine if you sat down with a pet psychic and she was like, he wants to be an astronaut.
Okay, but that wouldn't have happened to me because you know how I am about researching different things. Like, that's like my niche. I love to do that.
Okay, let's post for a thumbnail. All right, love every single one of you. Sissy, where can they follow you? Absolutely fucking nowhere. We're not promoting her shit on this app.
Sissy in the city.
Put my dick in her lap. What's the,
what
is the song that I like? You got a shrimp in your pants.
It's a...
sing it.
What is it? Because I showed you it.
He got a shrimp in his pants and he's
scooping it up in his hands.
Yes, what is it? Sing it.
Something like that. I can't remember.
He got a shrimp in his pants. Oh wait, he's scooping it up in his hands. Did you know he got a shrimp in his pants?
Something like that.
Okay, love every single one of you. Make sure to rate the podcast 5 stars. And I love every single one of you.
It's bad saying that though.
I know. Move. And like, do you know how hard it took me to set up 2 fucking microphones? Do you know how hard this was?
It doesn't look that crazy.
It's
just 2 USB
I almost cried doing it. Yeah.
Girl,
got a shrimp in his pants.
Bye.
Love you guys.